Caring for isopods can be a bit overwhelming, especially when you first get into the hobby. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you will learn how to sufficiently care for one of the most prolific species of isopods that has ever existed, the Porcellionides pruinosus, otherwise known as the powdery isopod or the plum slater. This species is very adaptive and hardy and will survive in a wide range of environments. But for them to really thrive, they will need a very well ventilated container with a steep moisture gradient. This means that one side of the container should be somewhat moist while the other side of the container should be practically bone dry. A weakly mist of water on the moist side of the enclosure is all the moisture they need. This species does not burrow into the substrate, so you don't need a thick layer, just enough to hold some moisture. For although they prefer arid and semi-arid environments, they still need some moisture to keep hydrated and to breathe via their gills. Because they don't burrow within the substrate, you won't need to pack the soil with tremendous amounts of natural products like you would with Armadillium vulgar. You want the majority of the natural material on top of the substrate where they can access it. Porcellionides pruinosus are very active and will be seen roaming around their enclosure at any time of the day and night. They are not only one of the fastest species at running, but also at breeding. They may not have the largest broods, but they mature very fast compared to other species of isopods. They are truly the rabbits of the isopod kingdom. This species has a very good appetite and is always eating. I make sure that my Porcellionides pruinosus colony is always packed with heaps of leaf litter and wood to ensure they always have something to eat. This species prefers to have wood hides that have deep grooves and crevices to allow them to hide underneath rather than just flat pieces of wood. This is because they don't like to burrow, so won't dig their way underneath their hides like other species. Porcellionides pruinosus are also high protein aggressive. Because of this, they are not recommended to use as a cleanup crew for small lizards and frogs due to the risk of this species nibbling on their toes. To supply protein, you can feed your Porcellionides pruinosus fish food, dead insects, unseasoned cooked meat and unseasoned raw meat. Just keep in mind that raw meat tends to smell more quickly than cooked meat. Even though this species loves their protein, they will also love eating fruit and vegetable scraps such as carrot, cucumber and apple. A calcium source, such as cuttlefish, should also be provided to help the isopods successfully molt their exoskeletons. Because of their very soft carapace, Porcellionides pruinosus are mostly used as feeders for reptiles and invertebrates, since they are very easy for animals to digest. Due to how soft they are, it is also advised to take extreme care when handling them, since it's very easy to accidentally injure their soft bodies. And that marks the end of this video. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on our next video, which will be all about isopod morphs and how they work.